Okay, so let's discuss the last exercise of this chapter 14C. So far we have discussed 14A and 14B, and in this exercise also we will use the properties of the quadrilateral that we know. Now in the very first question it is given that E is the midpoint of AB and F is the midpoint of CD. And from this we have to prove that AEFD is a parallelogram. So what we know, AB equal to CD, it is given since it is a parallelogram. So we can say that half of AB is equals to half of CD. Now half of AB I will take as AE and half of CD I will take as FD. Why? Because E and F are midpoints of AB and CD respectively. Since these are the midpoints, so I will take this portion and this portion. Also what we know, AB parallel to CD. So we can write AE parallel to FD. Since E and F lies on AB and CD, so we can say that AE also parallel to FD. So let it be first, let it be 2. So from 1 and 2, what we came to know? AEFD is a parallelogram. Okay. One pair of side is equal and parallel to each other. So AEFD becomes a parallelogram. Now for the second question, it is given that diagonal BD of a parallelogram ABCD bisects angle B and D. That means, so if it is A, B, C, D, so diagonal BD is what diagonal BD is doing? It is bisecting. Given is BD bisects angle B and angle D. Okay, it is given that BD is bisecting angle B and D. Now we have to prove what we have to prove in this. ABCD is a rhombus. Okay, we have to prove ABCD is a rhombus. So in order to prove that a geometry is a rhombus, if we can prove all the sides as equal to each other, then this parallelogram ABCD becomes the rhombus. So what we can do, let's discuss the question first. Angle B is equals to angle D. Okay, let these two angles equal to 2x. Okay, so this is x and this is x. This is x and also this is x. Okay, I have taken angle B and angle D as 2x. So angle ADB is equal to angle BDC and angle ABD is equal to angle DBC, and they all are equal to x. Okay. Now if you see very carefully in any of the triangle, either you take triangle ABD or triangle BCD. In triangle BCD, angle BDC is equal to angle DBC. These two are equal now. So we can say that BC equal to CD. Okay. Opposite angles are equal. So opposite sides are also equal to each other. Also, what we know? BC equal to AD and CD equal to AB. This we know. So that means AB equal to BC equal to CD equal to AD. So ABCD is a rhombus. Okay, we have proved all sides as equal to each other. This angle, these all four are x. So this is x, this is x. So these two sides are equal to each other. Now it becomes an isosceles triangle. So BC will be now equal to CD. And BC is already equal to AD. and CD is already equal to AB. So these all four sides are equal. So ABCD becomes a rhombus. Okay, now in question number 4, it is given that ABCD is a parallelogram. Then AP bisects angle A and BQ bisects angle B. We have to prove AQ equal to BP, PQ equal to CD, and ABPQ is a parallelogram. So what I have assumed, let QAP and PAB, this is X and both are equal to X. Similarly, angle QBP is this angle, and QBA, this angle, this I have assumed as Y. Now after assuming these two as X and Y, let's proceed. So this angle, that is QAP, will be equal to this angle. Why? Because they are forming a pair of alternate interior angles. You can see in this figure. Similarly, this angle is equal to this angle. So these two are X. So if you take triangle QBP, if you take triangle ABP, so angle APB is equal to angle PAB. So these two sides are equal to each other by isosceles triangle property. Similarly, in triangle QAB again, this is Y. So AB equal to AQ by isosceles triangle property. So we can say that from 1 and 2, we can say that AQ equal to BP. Now next is we have to prove that PQ equal to CD. So AQ equal to BP. Also, what we know, AD is parallel to, we know that AD is parallel to BC since it is a parallelogram. Or since Q and P lies on AD and BC, we can write AQ is parallel to BP. So we can say that from these two, A, B, P, Q is a parallelogram. So it becomes a parallelogram now. Now for proving PQ equal to CD, okay, so angle PAB is equal to angle QPA. Okay, this angle will be equal to this angle, equal to X. So again we take triangle QAD. So angle QAP is equal to angle QPA. So that means AQ equal to PQ. Okay. AQ equal to PQ we got. Now from second, what we know in second? AB equal to AQ. So that means what we get? AB equal to PQ. Okay, so AB is equal to PQ, but AB equal to CD, that we know since it is a parallelogram. So it becomes CD equal to PQ. Okay, so this is our second part, and from here we can reduce our third part. So this angle will be equal to this angle, so AP equal to QP becomes, and AB is also equal to AQ. So we get AB equal to PQ, but AB equal to CD because this is a parallelogram. So CD equal to PQ. So in this we have used the properties of parallelogram as well as the property of isosceles triangle. Okay, in question number 7 it is given that ABCD is a parallelogram and these are the bisectors of internal angles like AQ, then BQ bisects angle B, then DS bisects angle D, then CS bisects angle C. They all are the bisectors. Okay. Now we have to prove that wherever these bisectors intersect each other, like they are intersecting here, so they are forming a geometry and we have to prove that this geometry is a rectangle. So in order to prove that it is a rectangle, if we can prove any three angles equal to 90 degree, then it becomes a rectangle. So how do we start? See, in triangle QAB, or since ABCD is a parallelogram, so angle A plus angle B is equals to 180 degree. Okay, co-interior angles. So if I take half of angle A, half of angle B is equal to half of 180 degree. So half of angle A I will take angle QAB plus angle QBA equal to 90 degree. So I have taken these angles. So now we will take a triangle in triangle QAB plus angle QBA plus this I am taking as angle Q equal to 180 degree. So what is the value of this? This is 90 degree. So 90 degree plus angle Q is equals to 180 degree. From here I get angle Q equal to 90 degree. So I proved first angle as 90 degree. Similarly, now if I take angle D plus angle C equal to 180 degree, so half of angle D plus half of angle C is equals to half of 180 degree. So for half of D and C I am taking these angles. So angle SDC plus angle SD plus angle SCD equal to 90 degree. Now for this I will take in triangle SDC angle SDC plus angle SCD plus angle S equal to 180 degree. So from here I will get angle S equal to 90 degree. Okay, so this is also 90 degree. So far I have proved two angle S equal to 90 degree. Okay, so we have proved two angle as 90 degree. Now for the third angle, I will take this triangle ARD. So angle A plus angle D is again 180 degree by co-interior angle property. Similarly, I will divide both sides by 2. I will get half of angle A, that means this angle I will take now. Half of angle D, this angle I will take, equal to 90 degree. Now I will take triangle DRA. So from here I will get angle DRA equal to 90 degree. So this angle becomes 90 degree. So angle QRS equal to angle DRA equal to 90 degree by vertically opposite angle. Okay. Now we can say that, now what will be our final statement? Now we can write in PQRS angle Q equal to angle S equal to angle R equal to 90 degree. That means PQRS is a rectangle. Okay. Since three angles are 90 degree, so fourth will automatically be 90 degree. So therefore PQRS is a rectangle.